Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. Today we are going to be doing some readings. Today is the 9/9 portal. This energy will be open until 9/18, which is another 9/9 portal. So we are excited to be here today. 9 is about finishing cycles, and we feel like that's definitely been going on. We've been having a lot of stuff going on in our life. We would like to hear what's going on with you. We're going to start. We're going to light a candle. It is the throat chakra, a throat chakra candle. So we are using that today, and we are inviting everyone to, express yourself in a loving manner. And we are going to call in our guides, my guides, your guides, the angels. We are using this beautiful bell from CeliaGuidance. You're just going to clear the energy a little bit. So just be open to receiving the energy today, because this is the 9/9 portal, which is about clearing all the things that no longer serve us. We will say Pluto is in Capricorn for the last time for 228 years. That is a huge cycle completing out. This next 10 weeks, it's in Capricorn. That's about the things in the physical. 5 weeks is going to be going retrograde, so this next 5 weeks is really about, have you learned the lessons? Have you learned to authentically be yourself? Have you learned to have self-love? Have you learned that the most important thing is your happiness? Because if you aren't loving you and being happy with you, other people are just going to reflect that. So we are just clearing all that energy of the past. Between November of this year and the end of next year, so over that 13-month cycle, every planet will change signs next year. Pluto does it this year. Every other planet will be changing next year. So those are huge cycles. Jupiter, 12-year cycle. Uranus, that's a generational cycle. Neptune, those are generational planets. Every one of those change next year. Saturn, that's a 30-year cycle. Like, things are huge to be changing right now. So between now and the end of 2025, the world's going to look completely different. So that is a message from Celia today. And she is saying, be open to the things changing. You have to clear space, because to let the new in, you have to release the old. So it is a time for the next 9 days to work on, what do you want to release. We're getting ready to go into eclipse season, which is also about changing, things in your life. It's also getting us prepared for the North Node to change. It will be going into Pisces, which is huge. So are you ready for change? We're going to do a general energy update, and then we're going to get into questions. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us. We did turn subscriber mode on today just to limits, because I don't have a moderator today. So, so please be patient with us. We are using this intuitive whispers oracle, which I recently got in the Hay House box and fell in love with it. They are beautiful cards. The messages are just amazing. And then we're also going to be using the Twin Flame Ascension deck today. So we're just going to shuffle a little bit and then see what the current energy is. we know it's been going through change. If you live in the US, we are going through our Pluto return. When the United States was founded was the last time Pluto was in Capricorn. So it came into Capricorn this time in 2008, and think of the things that have changed in the world since, especially in the US, since in 2008 we had our financial collapse. And this review right here is, have we learned anything from that financial collapse? Are you handling your money different? Are you valuing yourself different? All of those things are, all of the things of the world. So we're going to see what message needs to come out today for the general energy. And we love when the cards just confirm our message, because the first card out is the number 42 card, which is it's time to shine. And it is. It's time to step up into your authentic power. It's time for you to be the way shower and to help guide others. All the things you've been learning, it's time to help teach others. And then we get the card of ground from the root, which is definitely that Capricorn energy of, the physical. And then we get vulnerability is a power. And do you know that? How many blocks do you have up to keep other people from seeing your weakness? I know we do it. I know I have been working on it. And that really comes back to your value. But it is time. We have been doing the work all this time of grounding our higher vibration in. And now it's time. You've done all the work. You've got the foundation there. You've really been my eyes doing a little thing. You've been doing all the foundational work. You've done the grounding. You've done, the learning. You're meditating. You're working on this path. All that stuff you've learned, now it's time to go out there and shine the light. And, sometimes you got to be vulnerable to do that. Not everybody is going to be open and accepting to your message. Celia has been telling Dave since last year, you have to be sovereign in this year, because 2025 is going to be a shakeup. Like, everything is going to change. Like, so much. So, okay. Apparently they're ready now. So the current energy is the Six of Swords, which is about moving into calmer water. And you're going to do that as long as you're being sovereign, being authentic, and shining your light. It is time for the light to shine. It's time for us to, illuminate the darkness. Because there is no dark switch. There's just, turn the light on. And we get that with the Two of Wands. It's been a time of dreaming of, how will it be when things are a little better? How will it be when there's not chaos? How will it be when there's not war? How will it be like when, how will it be? What could it be like? What would it be like? What would it be like if we lived in a peaceful world? What would we be like if there was no war? I mean, we live in the planet of duality right now. But as we raise the vibration of the planet, that duality is going to go away. Like, it's going to go away. Yes. So the foundation is the Page of Swords. And we were already talking about all this stuff you've been learning. Like that person in the card, she is focused on herself. She is learning. She is studying. And that's what we have all been doing. And now it's time to get out there and share your wisdom, shine your light. Sometimes we're a little indecisive. What will other people think of me? And you know what? Doesn't even matter. We did a reading the other day, and that was what my advice was. If I could give you one piece of advice, don't care what anybody else thinks, because people are a reflection of you. And the headspace is the Eight of Cups, which is totally about walking your path. Are you walking your walk? Are you talking the talk? Are you, are you bringing the best you to all of your relationships, to all of your conversations? You know, I told Dave a while back, we were, having a little thing, and I'm like, I'm not bringing my best me. And I separate myself. I'm like, if I'm not bringing my best me, I'm going to bring out the worst of you. So know that if you're having something with somebody, just tell them, I need to step back. I'm not bringing the best version of me to this. And that'll bring a new opportunity, because that's being self-aware enough to be like, I'm not bringing my highest version. I'm going to pull myself back. I'm going to take a different kind of action. I want to come and offer the best of me to you in this, in this conversation. I want to be authentically me, but I need to offer the best of me. And the Four of Pentacles is the current environment, which is what's holding you back. Why, for one, I already hear what's holding you back. Past life. Like, we have been on this mission for a long time. We have all paid the price for standing up for who we are, enough that you get beat down so much on that. So it's like, I don't know if I want to shine my light here. Can't I just keep it here under the bush and maybe shine it a little bit, but not like go out there and just shine the light. We're here, like, whoever wants to click on my channel sees my message. I used to be worried about what would other people think, and you know what? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. God has me on this path for a reason, and I'm thankful for it. And today he's like, put this shirt on, like, we were getting ready, so he's like, the thankful shirt. We are so grateful every day, and that is the place to be in. Be grateful for your gifts and be proud of them. Shine your light. The only way things are going to change is if we take the steps to do that. The Knight of Pentacles, how other people see you, doing the work and doing the steps, but there's still part of you that we feel is holding you back. And the part that's holding you back is the part that needs to be released in the next 9 days. We are at this portal of letting things go. Let's let it all go. Anything that's not for your highest good, let it go. Anybody that you feel is holding you back, I have to be authentically me. This is me. If you don't like and love me for who I am, I wish you well. And, you can't control how other people think and feel about you. The hopes and fears, the Fool, a new beginning. It is time for that new beginning. Next year is going to completely, like, come December next year, you're not going to even recognize the world we're living in. It's going to be so different, so much more high vibrational. And when somebody's not high vibration, you're going to spot it and see it and be like, okay, you're not bringing your best you. I'm going to pull me back, and you have to do that. And the Five of Wands is the outcome card. And for this Five of Wands, it's everybody's doing their part in that. And we are all meant to do our part, and sometimes through all that, it seems like chaos and conflict. But I'll tell you, in this card, there is no competition. They are all doing it together. And we are all doing it together. We are all pieces of the puzzle. Everybody has a unique gift, talent, and skill. And that's shining your light and being you. The underlying energy is the Temperance card, the Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Swords. And that for me is about trust. And here's the underlying energy of the Devil, that Capricorn energy that we talked about from the beginning. A lot of people try to pull our strings and manipulate us, i.e. the government, other dark energies and what have you, are trying to manipulate us and keep us in this same structure because they're very comfortable. But you know what? It's time for us to shine our light and there to be some reciprocity. Celia says, it's time for the reciprocity. It's time for us to be safe and secure in using our gifts and knowing that we shouldn't be held back financially because we are this spiritual path. Because the archangels are here to bring the balance of this situation, for you to look and say, you know what, I might have a little fear, but you know what, I'm going to do it anyway, you know, because it is time for the reciprocity to happen. And we're going to get a couple of cards from the Twin Flame Ascension deck for guidance. Okay. Very interesting. So the first card, yeah, that's why we brought them. The first card is the path of least resistance. Choose ease and grace. Beyond illusion, change your perception. And the card of unification, aligning with abundance. And the bottom of the deck is the compassion card, opening the higher heart opening. And that is what brings everything together, opening your higher heart, coming from a place of love, realizing we are all one, because we are all one. We all come from God, and when you die, you go back to the cosmic energy of the love of God, unless you're coming back around for another time. If you didn't get it right the first time, or the 100th or the 1000th time, it's a process. And the process is going to happen as long as we're, on this planet, because Dave and I were talking, the star Polaris is up in the sky. Polaris, polarity. We are in that planet, So the dark feels that we are getting stronger, which means it's fighting harder. But you know what? There is no dark switch. There is only a light switch. So thank everyone for joining us. And we're going to get into some questions. Nobody says, should I reach out? I only see the E, so I'm guessing to my ex. So go get you some cards. We are using the Intuitive Whispers by Maud Hurst. They are just absolutely gorgeous. Celia said we've made a space. They're going in my box here. So they will be regulars on the channel. Okay. And we're gonna get you one card from each deck and then some tarot, because and the first card you get is the card of unraveling and the power of silence, with the bottom of the deck being fill up your cup. So I feel like it's saying to continue working on your energy. The power of silence is saying, I feel like not now. Focus on your self-love, and that energy will come back in the right time. And you get the card of one with self, which is blossoming. And the bottom of the deck is rebirth, personal freedom unleashed. And the card of Voyager's Journey, past life healing. So I feel like that's some guidance for you. Nobody, the past life healing. Have you done any Akashic Records work? Have you done anything with your past life? And that one with self, it's Bill. I feel like if you're chasing somebody, that's energy of lack and not trust, that if that person's for you, they're going to come back. And sometimes God puts us alone so we can work on us, fill up your cup, be one with self. Like, that is about you growing your love and going into your power. And I promise you, when you have that self-love, when your cup is full and overflowing and you're flowing love, is when that person can come back. But if you're in like lack and need of that person, they can't come back because that's Five of Pentacles energy. And if you miss somebody, like, it's hard for them to come back with that. Okay. And we get the Moon for you and the High Priestess. Those came out together. So I feel like it's really wanting you to dive into your feminine energy, into that shadow. I feel like that's what it's calling you to do right now. Go deep within you. Go into, your healing. With the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. So that energy coming back around. And we get the Page of Wands, which I feel like you can get a message, but it can be, the fox makes me feel tricky, like squishy, squishy. We don't want that. And then you get the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So are you being in your masculine energy with the King of Swords? Because if you're being, in which if I'm reaching out, that's being, that's masculine. And if you're being masculine, that your masculine has to be in the feminine energy. So I feel like it's really saying, because these two cards are very feminine energy, and then these feel really masculine. And it feels like there's a block because I feel like you're not being as much in you're trying to do. And feminine is being, like being the receiver, being the guide, being the messenger, being the healer. Do you do Akashic Records work? And you get the card for Celia of Do a Burn, which is write down what you want to manifest or release and burn it safely. And we're about to have eclipse season, so now is a great time. What do you want to release? And then to get grounded, take some time, soak up the sun, put your feet on the earth. Definitely always good guidance. But I feel like it's about you being in your feminine and diving, really deep diving into that with this energy here of the Moon and the High Priestess. I feel like it's about you leveling up. If you don't do Akashic Records work or past life, any kind of like NLP or any kind of like, if you're doing something past life healing, if not, that is a guide to your path. Like I would focus and work on, if you're not doing it, do some past life regression, see what needs to be healed. Because I feel like it's definitely trying to come up to say, until you get this healed, that relationship can't come, any good relationship can't come to you. So we hope that resonates. And we're going to get Liz next. Hi, Liz. How have you been? We are going to start being on more regularly. We've been going through a lot. We've been upgrading, downloading. Me and Dave are good. We are doing really, really, really well. I could actually say better than ever, probably. So, Liz, your question is, you would like guidance from the universe and your connection with me, a Pisces. Okay. Well, you get the card first of number 22, your mind, your body, and your soul. And I'll tell you, Dave recently got this card, and that was about holding energy in your body, was the message. That when you have something and you don't focus on it, you just store that energy. It's going to come back around and fill up your cup. And the throat release. And we will say, Liz, we do have the throat chakra candle burning today. Is what Celia had us do today. So we started with that. So I also recently told somebody the easiest way through this journey is about your self-love and really being connected to your mind, your body, and your soul, and all the parts of it, and really being connected. Are you not speaking your truth? Are you not with this throat chakra? I feel like my throat's just kind of constricted, like you're storing all the energy in your body. Like every time we have a thought, we store it. If it's a happy or not happy energy, if there's something that's a trauma or something that triggers us and you don't want to deal with it right then and you just kind of bury it, you bury it in your body. Not always where we want to put things. And that throat chakra card or throat release is a 9. Oh. Well, Liz, I'm going to tell you, I have recently joined a group called the Side Chicks, PSY, and then the Chicks, CHICKS. It's a group on Facebook. It's about 29,000 people. It's a metaphysical group. It's a sharing group. I'm a collective member there, so I do readings and offer my services there. But 29,000 members of like-minded people. So if you're going through something or whatever, like it's a great group of people. So Celia's telling me to tell you about that. So yes, 9-9. A day to let it go, and it's going to be that 9-9. Yes. It is a beautiful group. It's so supportive. There's about 90 people now that you pay to be part of the collective if you want to offer services and advertise. But otherwise, it's just, a group of people that are in beautiful energy. And if you decide to want to offer your services, let me know. Crown chakra. You're being connected. That's beautiful. It's right before you go to the soul star where it's, through the white. Some people say it's purple, but for me, for my crown, it's purple. My soul star is white. But I have recently been getting a message about the violet flame activation, and that's what Celia's telling me now. So it's a Saint Germain, I believe, meditation, but also for the Archangel Metatron, you can, do the violet flame activation. Okay, doesn't look like it wants to give us one of these. So, and that higher heart opening is the card on the bottom of the deck. So we're going to take that one for you, which is about compassion. And that's about yourself and opening your heart to, with this fill up your cup to you. Yes. And we hear normally what we channel, you have some connection to, is generally how it goes. And you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, or the Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon. So we feel like something coming back with this person. We feel like there will be a new opportunity. There's a lot of nurturing there. The Hermit's on the bottom of the deck, which is about you being elevated. Kind of this similar to the message before, because here's the Moon again. It's about the shadow, and it's about a period of your growth. I will say, once I started doing the Chiron work, 6 weeks later, I met Dave, and it was like, earlier we were just talking about our trip to Sedona for our 3-year anniversary that we're doing in December. So it's been such a blessing, and it was literally when I started doing my work on a more like, when I met Dave, I had taken everything off my dating profile except energy healer. Before that, I'm a physical therapy assistant and all this stuff. And then literally, as soon as I changed that to say, I'm an energy healer, putting my foot out, my little pinky toe in, one foot out there. This is my path. And literally, that's how I met Dave. When I stepped into, okay, this is obviously my mission. This is my path. Here I am. And I did the Chiron class 6 weeks later, like literally about 3 weeks later, I started talking to Dave, and it was a little time till we did the other. And right now, it is the rise of the divine feminine. It is about it. Yes. It is about that time of us shining our light and learning and progressing. And Liz, do you read cards? What do you do? Do you read? What do you? So he's like, what do you do? So, LP, we're gonna get you next. Yeah, like for me, every time, a couple of different times. I'm stubborn, so like for a year at a time. That's that Taurus in me. I like put it off, and to a point where God's like, you're going to sit here and work on it. We're going to take everything away where you have to work on it. We tell Dave that. We're like, hey, Dave, you know what? You better work on it, or you're going to have to work on it. So it's much easier if you choose to work on it and take the steps. So yes, I'm loving this new deck, Melissa. It's the Intuitive Whispers. It's in the Hay House subscription box. I did an unboxing last week, I think it was. I got them, and they just are. Well, Liz, you can. Okay, we're gonna tell you what we told somebody. We're gonna tell you what we told them the other day, because I just had that flash. Get an Oracle deck. They have a beautiful book in here that in the beginning it gives you messages. And then as you do that, you learn this, like the symbols of things, and then you learn reference points to you. Like I use certain decks, and each deck, like whatever deck Celia wants to use right then, we use, because like the Light Seers, I have a lot of references with. Like the Five of Wands in this deck is not like the Five of Wands in this deck to me. So whichever deck she has me pull is based on the symbology that it all goes together. So yes. And that's how I started. I started out with, a few decks, and now I counted the other day and I got like 90. So no shame in my game, because we use different ones for different things. So, oh, absolutely. My niece is a beautiful artist. She's taken up painting, and she sends me some, and like, I'm like, we have to make a deck, because her art is just so beautiful. I'm like, I draw stick people. So, yes. Well, Celia has told me basically how things work. like picture like all these little mounds of dirt all as far as you can see in any direction. You have a start path over here, and you have an end goal at the end that are, you're trying to get for your life. Every time you make a decision, you turn a corner on that path. Every decision, like every every single decision is like get you there. And eventually you get there. If not, you get to come back and do it again. But like there is no wrong choice because every choice is a valid choice. It just sometimes takes you a little longer. Like I was stubborn. I wouldn't stop and do my mission. And I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, I started my channel in 2017 and then I got all nervous and everything. And you know what? I took all of that down. And then 22, here we go, start my channel again. If I would have kept going in 17, how much further would I be? Just because, so you get lessons and like we're on a spiral. So if you get the lesson and you don't do it and you're like, okay, I'll bypass it this time. Don't worry. It's coming back around and it'll be harder. Like truly, like I feel like LP's had a lot of that. Yeah. LP, do you have, so you said you have a question. And literally, like when that even happens, oh, yeah. Do you know where your Chiron is? Celia's always about that. It is the key symbol on your birth chart for a reason. Absolutely. And like that love thing, it's going to make sure you've learned your lesson. Like if somebody's been crappy to you, they're going to come back again one more time just to see if they can, slide back in there. So LP, we are getting a message for you. Love and life. I have been working on the sabotage thing. I have a question, LP. Do you know what your human design is? I have learned about that and it's like changed my life. So look and see what your human design is. It's like has changed my life. Well, it's kind of like your birth chart, but it uses a couple of different systems together. But it really gave me a lot of clarity on like there's different types. There's 1% of the population's reflectors. And then a lot of the population are either manifestors or generators. Generators are the people that like to do all the work. And then there's the manifesting type who want to do it but want to see like the greater good in it all. And then there's a combination of those two, manifesting generators. Dave is a manifesting generator. If he doesn't have 14 things going at once, it's not as good for him. I am a projector, which is a guide, and that's my type. And my type is, that means I don't have a defined sacral. So like, I'm not supposed to do all the time. So I can't do like Dave. But there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into that. Like with a projector, yeah, like it helps so much. Like it takes you like down like a way busy path, but it shows you how to like for a projector type, for my type, I'm supposed to wait for an invitation. When I try to push something, like I tried to push my channel and it doesn't work, I have to wait for the invitation. I'm going to come do free readings if people show up. I have to, if I give unsolicited advice and people don't take it, I don't take that always so well because my unself, if I'm not doing things in alignment, it makes me be better. And if Dave does things that's not in alignment with him, it makes him frustrated. So, like, I don't know. Celia's telling me to tell you, LP, about human design. It's like a big rabbit hole, but very interesting. So you get the card of intuitive journaling. So when you get up in the morning, right, like you have a lot going on, and then there's one next step. And that's a beautiful card. She's like, look at that, like that castle there. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus in. Yes, they're beautiful. So it's one next step. So whatever's going on, just focus on that one next step in front of you. Do some journaling. Your guides are definitely trying to talk to you. And Sarah, thank you for the donation, and we will get your question next. Yeah, the art on those cards are just amazing. I just love them. So, and you got one card, the Knight of Cups, with the Seven of Swords. Yeah, because you're ready for a new path, but that Seven of Swords underneath is about walking away from that stuff that's not serving you. Being the beacon, shining your light. Are you doing that? Are you shining your light? If not, the Tower's coming with the Star card. Are you a healer? Are you working, like, this feels like very like activated my third eye when I did that card. So do you do Reiki? What kind of healing you doing? If you're not a Reiki person yet, you should look into that. I'm going to tell you, that self-sacrifice is sabotage, and that is your ego, 100% your ego, trying to keep you, like, to make you feel like you are not enough. Totally, like, that's, we overgive because we think we're not enough. Celia says you can take a Reiki class for pretty reasonable. You can even do them online. Yeah. Okay, we're going to give you two things we told Dave. The two things you have to do to make a decision. Does it feel good, and does it make you happy? Like, if it doesn't feel good, we tell Dave, like, if there's something I don't want to do, I don't go do it. I just don't anymore. It's not worth my energy. If I compromise myself, I personally pay for it, and so do you. Yeah, he's got to literally sign on up on his wall. Does this feel good, and does it make me happy? Like, Lorinda, thank you for donating. We are going to get the donation before you, and then we will get you, which is what is to come in 2025 in love and career. You are very welcome. But look at the human design thing, because it really changed me a lot. Like, my approach to life. Maria. Oh, what a beautiful card. Okay. The first card you get is the card of Gift Yourself, which is just absolutely beautiful. So, do you know you're the treasure? Do you know you're the treasure, and your body is like a book, and trust the call? So, you're definitely being guided. 44 card, by the way. Sarah, I feel like work is going to call you somewhere different. Yeah. But like, you're definitely like, what kind of spiritual work are you doing? Because I feel like, do you do Akashic Records? Because that is, your body is a book, and that just with the Kundalini energy there definitely flashed me Akashic Records. So do you do the Akashic Records? And you get the card of the Nine of Swords, which in this deck is about waking people up in the middle of the night. You know, your guides are trying to tell you that. The Akashic Records are where every night when you go to sleep or whenever you go to sleep, everything you've done gets downloaded there. From every lifetime, it's there. It's a big ethereal library. Some people have the ability to tap in and read that. Forever, I was meditating and I was going to this place and I didn't know where I was going. And I found out I was going to the Akashic Records. Once I did an online thing and did the meditation, and that's where it took me. And I'm like, this is where I've been going all this time, and I had no idea. So maybe even about having a reading for Akashic Records would be a great idea. Like things from our past, any contracts we haven't healed could be relevant and affecting you now. Do you know you're the value? Like it says, gift yourself. Do you understand you are the value? Like you are the value. Your guides are trying to talk to you. They're waking you up in the middle of the night, probably between like 3 and 5. They're really good for that. Like you get woke up and, oh, I love crystals. Me and Dave actually started an online crystal shop. That's how much I love crystals. If you see, I got my angel aura, and I have a beautiful labradorite, and then a fire and ice quartz one, and then I love my carnelian and my amethyst always. So crystals are amazing for that. But your guides are trying to wake you up and trying to tell you, give you messages. And then you get the Temperance card and the Knight of Swords, or the Knight of Pentacles, which is about doing the steps. And sometimes if you're unsure of which way to go, I know in this card it's not Archangel Michael, but a lot of times on the Temperance card it is Archangel Michael. So I feel like if you're having trouble with like, what is my next step, call in the archangels, call in and ask for guidance. You have a whole team that work with you, because when you realize you are the abundance, the outside reflection is going to really be there for you. Yeah, it's time to pull yourself back to work on your own energy. Like normally when your guides are trying to wake you up, it's because they're trying to give you, get that connection to you. So, and Rita, we will get you right after we get Lorinda. But we feel like it's going to be like, this is going to put you in this place. Like the Queen of Pentacles is wife, mother energy. Like it is that kind of energy. And as far as work, I feel like you're going to like get an offer somewhere else, and then you stop pushing and striving. Are you pushing too hard? We were just talking about the human design. Check out that. But I feel like you're going to get, like, you're getting called in a different direction for your work. I feel like it could definitely be something with the Akashic Records, like, and that's like digging in a trove. So if you haven't done an Akashic Records reading, there's a lot of meditations where you can do it, and depending on how much you meditate, you can do it. If you would like to book a reading to do the cards and get some information on it, I don't do regression, but I can do a reading with the cards. Is the way I do them. I can meditate and do it for myself. And if you wanted to book one, we could we could do some work together, but I do it differently. But we feel like work is going to take you in a brand new direction. And I would really call in Archangel Michael to work with you. Like specifically him. If you're having problems with boundaries, call him in. Put me in a protective bubble. That kind of blocks everything. And thank you for the donation. And then we are going to move on to Lorinda Marie. Did you post your question? Should I move out of Northeast? I will just say, when I asked the question, the answer I heard was yes. So I hear yes. So we're going to give you a couple cards. I hear, where do you want to go? Because you get the card of unraveling, which is kind of a mountain is seen. Are you looking at like North Carolina-ish area, like somewhere more mountainous? Because we feel like the answer to that is yes. And then you get the card of you're more powerful than you know. So, and that's somewhere with a waterfall. So if you're thinking about North Carolina, thumbs up. I hear do it, do it, do it. I keep hearing North Carolina. Like, I saw the picture. It said North Carolina to me. Me and Dave went to North Carolina, and there were so many waterfalls there. And then the card under that is the intuitive journaling card. So Celia's saying I would start there, but immediately I was here in North Carolina. So if you're looking there, it's beautiful. And we feel like it's really going to open things up for you because you get the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess with the Eight of Cups, which is part of your spiritual path. You're being guided. Listen, talk to your guides. They're trying to talk to you. The North Carolina thing is like super strong. So enjoy. It's absolutely breathtaking. Me and Dave went there, and we want to go back. It was actually where I got my little singing bowl, and yeah, beautiful memory. So enjoy it. It's phenomenal. Amrita, will Sagar, third party, Nisha get married? So he says for that, we're going to get you one of those cards, but first we're going to get you one of these cards. I feel like the answer is no, because we get the card of action and the card of deceit. So I feel like that is not the case, and the underlying energy is the happy family card. So I feel like there's some stuff going on, and it's going to come to light because there's light and dark there. And then Celia says we've been using these on everybody, so we're going to get you an intuitive whisper card too. Okay. And you get the card of fill up your cup. The magic of nothingness. And then vulnerability is power. I feel like it's really saying just focus on your self-love right now and working on raising your vibration, because that's the thing that's going to make you magnetic. But we feel like this is going to go away. And we feel like you have a lot of energy with it. And honestly, the best thing you could do would be to focus your energy elsewhere. Because right now, that person fills you with the energy. Like, as you know your worth and fill your cup up, that's when you become a magnet for that energy. When you are in high vibration, when you just say, I'm going to be happy regardless. I don't need you to be happy. I'm going to be happy. And if you want to join me in my happiness, that's phenomenal. But if not, I'm choosing still me happy. Why would you give somebody the whole control over your happiness? Because personally, they're taking the energy from both of you and manipulating both of you. So like, yeah. You get the Chariot here, which is about moving on. And they're both sevens, because you get the Seven of Cups, which is about making a choice. And sometimes the Seven of Cups is about confusion and not wanting to make that choice. Like there's something blocking that flow. And right now, you know what you're letting? You're letting that person completely block all of your flow. You have stopped your life waiting for this. When you decide you're going to be happy anyway, that will end as quickly as it began. Like when you focus on your light, do you realize the power of you? Only because you're giving that person all of your energy. I want you to say this. I know it's sometimes hard. I deserve better. Like seriously, like have that energy. You deserve better. I deserve to be treated like a queen. And that is the truth. You should have somebody that honors and respects and values you. And if that person can't do it, I'm going to find somebody that will, because I do that with myself. I honor myself and I value myself. And right now you're not doing either of those things while you're waiting on this one. Because they know right where you're at. They're like, that person's just waiting. I can do whatever I want and that person's waiting no matter what. And you need to show that you're not putting your whole life on hold. And like one step forward, just like one. Like he can feel your energy. We are all tapped into one another. Eventually, we're going to get to this place where it's telepathic. That's right now we're having to get to this place of being authentically yourself. Because you know what? You're going to be authentically yourself, and you're going to walk up and you're going to be able to feel that person's energy if they're authentic or not. So that's what all of this is about now. You becoming sovereign within you. So, no, you deserve better. And have that like mindset. I'm going to fill up my cup. And if you're not meditating, it would greatly serve you. And then she wants me to show you that card again. And then the card under that is let your ship set sail. And then clear limiting beliefs. Because So I would do some clearing. I would, God, source, the universe, whatever you believe in. I want to clear the energy of this person out of my space. I want to have my focus somewhere else, and then take time to focus somewhere else. What would you do if you were going to have a date with that person or spend time with them? Would you get yourself done up? Do that anyway for you. Would you wear something beautiful, or are you waiting for something to happen to wear that? Put it on today. Like, be that queen today. And then when somebody comes back, they're going to know this is how they have to treat you, because look how you treat yourself. If you disregard yourself and you put yourself last on the list, they're going to put you last too. I promise. I say that from all my own experience. So, because everything is a great reference point. But we feel like that's going to end. And you know what? By the time that ends, that may be too late for him, because you might have decided the value that you are. It's funny, we found a new guy we're listening to that does affirmations, and his song is I am the money. So it's I am the money, I am the bag, I am the benefit. You are the freaking value. Like, if that person doesn't see your value, see ya. But if you're feeling negative energy about missing that person and all that, you're just giving them your energy. That's why you feel stuck. Like, pull that focus back. Say, I'm gonna date me. I'm gonna focus on me, because when you're meditating, you get to that place when you're in that quantum and you can connect, and everything can happen for you. Hi, Miss Beatrice. How are you doing? And thank you for the donation. We greatly appreciate it. As always. So, Miss Beatrice, what are you up to? You are very welcome, and have a great day. Well, it is a good day for that. I think I'm going to go out and work on. I have some boxes in the garage. I'm going to go out and clear out here in a little bit. With this 9/9 energy portal, it's about clearing stuff out and letting stuff go and moving to a higher place. So we are gonna. What do you want? Would you like a message? We are using the Intuitive Whisper Oracle, which we are just loving. They're new in the Hay House subscription box. Okay. Check a message. And Miss Beatrice, you get the card of what is meant for you will find you. And listen to your heart. And release old patterns. So. And Miss Beatrice, me and Dave have been talking about that recently, about, what is meant for you is only for you. We were somewhere, and we were going to pull in a spot, and there was another car, and clearly they just couldn't see that spot. And I told Dave, because what is yours is meant for you. And Celia always says that. There's no reason to feel like you're missing out on anything, because what is yours is yours. So we love that. So know that. And so he says, how have you been? What have you been up to? And I feel like you've been having some struggle because you get the 8 of Swords, but in this card, she's like, she's above them. She's above them at least. And then the 9 of Swords. We feel like you're getting to the messages. At least you know what? There's the 10. So 8, 9, 10 of Swords for you, Miss Beatrice. So ending that cycle, we are on the 9-9 portal today from now till the 18th when it's a 9-9 again. And that is definitely about releasing those patterns. So we feel like you've been doing that. And I'm sorry, I don't know what your name is, but you have the little green with the little symbol. I don't know. So, but we will answer your question next if you want to post it. Yes, you, Fatima, you. Yes. Well, no, things are, in huge change right now. One beautiful thing about my future husband. He's going to have a heart as good as yours. Because he will be a reflection of you. And somebody says, my dear, which is not my normal tone. Somebody says, my dear. So, apparently we're getting that. But before we get anything, but truly a reflection of you. Truly a reflection of you. And you want to know, I am on my second marriage. First marriage, a lot of lesson I learned. We're just going to say that. In between that, I wrote a list, because I dated for a while, of all the qualities I wanted in my perfect mate. And that's what it says at the top of the paper, my perfect mate. And it's got all 2 pages worth of qualities I wanted. Honest and loyal and, somebody kind and generous, somebody, that was honest path, somebody like all of that. Meditates with me. Date is all on my list. The cards you get step into your sacral power, which is that creativity. What do you want in that person? Like, write the dang list. Like, I did that. And when I got to the vibration, Dave came in my life. We're getting ready to celebrate our 3-year anniversary of being married. And clear limiting beliefs, because you don't think you can have the person with all the qualities. You know what? On my list is 2 pages. Like, I went and I would go back. I wanted somebody that would, meditate with me. Dave buys me flowers all the time. He rubs my feet. He's great to my kids and my grandkid. Like, he is all of the things on my list, the things that are really important to me, all of them. So you have that power with your creativity to write it down and know that you can have somebody that, meditate and know that you can. Just do it. Like, take an hour. You don't even, just go for a walk, do something that makes you happy, and then start your list. My perfect mate. Nothing negative. My thing, loyal, honest, caring, generous, is awake, is on his spiritual path, is nice to his family, is, one of the things about Dave, he is so good to his mom. So that was like one of the things on my list that was really important to me. So, like, I'm tempted to go get it to show you, literally 2 pages. Like, equal give and take, reciprocity. I want somebody that's going to treat me amazing, and that's going to, they're going to mirror back to you. So what what you put, you get back. the Queen of Wands, which is like you have the ability to manifest exactly what you want. You know what you want. The easiest way, write it down. Like that is the most powerful thing to do, is to write, your desires down. And then the Seven of Swords. Walk away from things that don't serve you, which is still connected, I feel, to this right here about clear limiting beliefs. If you've had a history of a certain thing, but that's not what you want, top of the list, like honest and loyal were the top of, is right up there. Somebody that would meditate with me. Right over here, I could turn my camera around, and there are both mine and Dave's meditation pillow. I'm sitting in his sound studio. He is on his path. He is all the things I wanted. You get the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Temperance card, and the Moon. Also, you are a messenger, Celia says. With the both the pages are messengers, and I feel like you're learning a lot, and I feel like you need to teach what you're learning, like the things you're learning, like what we're doing with you. I did that because I had it as an exercise to do, and I did it, and you know what? I did the work, and you know what? It worked for me, and now I'm telling you. And this is part of your divine path for you to do the very same for you. So write your list. Put the burden down. It doesn't have to be hard. Like really, really, really doesn't have to be hard. It can be so easy. Like I started learning about Chiron, which is the key symbol on your birth chart. It is the wounded healer. I started that and a few other things. Did my list. I had my list, and I worked on a few things. And then you know what? It came to me very easily, which it's trying to come to you. So take some time, write it down, tap into that sacral power. That's your creativity. Dream your dream. Like dream the I am living my dream. Like me and Dave were just talking. He's going to have to take the month of December off because he's got vacation time that he hasn't used. So we're going to be on vacation the whole month of December. Like we're going to go to Sedona, and then we're going to go to Florida, and we're trying to figure out what we're doing in between there. Like that is my dream life. We got married in Sedona, which is the most gorgeous place I've ever been to. The power there is amazing. And you have that opportunity to do whatever you would like to do. So don't let your ego let you settle for anything less. But write it down. But we hear he's going to have a heart just like yours. Like when you meet him, you're going to know he is that person for you. Hey, Melissa, are you still here? Celia says, Melissa, you still here? If not, when you come back, we'll get you. Can we get your question next? And Elin, how have you been? And Opita and Clipboard, welcome. These feelings when I... Okay. Well, the first card you get is grounding from the root. So that's telling me it goes really deep, just because the way the roots are with that. What is meant for you will find you. And trust yourself. And message from the third eye. What was your thought? What was your thought when you texted him? Did your gut tell you not to do it? Oh, yeah, it's going to manifest. Write it down. Like, I wrote it in my book and I have it. I pulled it out probably 100 times on my channel to show, like, Dave is all on my list. Maybe not every day all on my list, but overall and in general, he is the encompassment of my whole list. Like, if I was ordering him up from God, that's what it would be. Like, see my cup here? It's got a chai latte in it that he made for me when I said, hey, Dave, I'm going to do a video. Can you? So he made me my tea. Stopped his work day in the middle of the day to come and take care of that for me. Yeah, you get the trust yourself card. You're getting the guidance. I would do that, and then I would pull my energy back. Because if he feels like your energy's lingering around him, sometimes to the masculine energy, it makes them feel pursued and they run. So but do you know, he feels your connection all the time. Men like to be the pursuer. But I feel like you're connected and you're getting messages from him. And it's funny because we get the inspirational hunt because we were just thinking about, he feels like he's being that pursued. We feel like that everything is feminine energy is kind of not, yeah. And trust yourself. She said, lean in and then you pull back. Because if you want him to lean into you, he's only going to lean back in if you pull your energy back a little bit. It's really all energy. We feel like you have a deep connection with this person. You reached out. Yeah. That's good. Trust yourself. She keeps saying trust. I keep hearing the trust yourself card. Like, yeah. We lean in and then we pull back because what is yours is meant for you. That's all. Well, I feel like he feels like there's something different with you because you get the wheel, the 5 of cups, and then the world. To get the wheel and the world within 3 cards is huge. There's something from his past that he has to let go of. But this cycle is ending. And then we get the 10 of Pentacles, which is good. But like this person feels balanced and this person's going through like dark night of the soul. Is he going through the dark night of the soul? Because he's going to come out a better side of it. I feel like this is somebody you're very connected to. Somebody, what is yours will find you. Somebody you're destined, fated to have this with. And I feel like it's love because There's a heart right here where it says trust yourself. Why did you? I understand you left, but I feel like there's another cycle, and that looks like a ring. I feel like it's going to come back around. Like that's around, and that's around, and that's around, and there's around there. So I feel like it's going to come back around. But I feel like you are. Where are you having that same thing? Is what I hear. Because people are a reflection of us. Oh, me either. I want to be in that feminine energy. But you know what that tells me? If he's not showing any initiative, that means he's being in the feminine energy. Clearing karma, Kundalini activation. Practice self-love, nurture your inner child, and go within, healing separation. And then you get the card of false twin flame, intense change. Because sometimes, you know what, you have to know what you don't want to know what you do want. So, Melissa, I would do what I just told the Fatima about writing the list of what you do want. But for me, you got the false twin flame card, which doesn't come out very often. So I feel like this person is part of your karma. Yes. Part of your karma to clear. Like you getting the wheel in the world within these three cards is huge. This is the 10. This is a new cycle. And the cycle is here. If you see, that's letting go of the karma, the stuff from the past. And then there is the world. That's the end of the cycle. The happiness, the joy, the commitment, all of those things that you're desiring. But I feel like that's why Celia told me to get that, because that false twin. So it is good you left. And I still hear, trust yourself. Follow your gut. You know what is best for you. Where is this in your family karma? Where is this in your family pattern? That somebody stayed with somebody that wasn't the best for them. Like parents, siblings, cousins, like where else is this where else is the pattern? Yeah. You're clearing family karma. You have to go through that to know that I deserve better. Yeah. Clearing it. I'm surprised you didn't get the card about filling up your cup, because that's what it feels like. But what's meant for you will find you. And still that trust yourself card. Your heart is leading you in the right path. And she said, there is that karma card that was on the bottom, which is about what you're doing. A lesson. Part of your contract with him was to come in to give you this, to trigger this wound and to cause this. Everybody you meet has a contract with you. Yes, trust yourself. She said, look at that. Do you see that there's a heart right there? Trust your heart. Yeah, my eye's doing some weird thing. Melissa, are you meditating? Are you meditating? Do you get visions? Because like my eye's doing a thing. Yeah. When else have other people done that to you too? It may be going to open up because you do have the third eye card here. Messages from the third eye. So I feel like if you're not meditating, that's going to start opening it up for you. Sometimes that other person's energy can block that. If it's being in a low vibrational place, if you're not being in a high enough vibration to get the vision. So I feel like that can really open up for you as well. But we feel like a huge change coming for you. Sometimes it's just better not to know, to just nothing. Part of the contract. Just part of the contract. He came in to give you a certain wound and to trigger a certain thing with you. And once that is there, then that person will leave your life. I can't tell you how many people I have met, gave a message to, and never seen again, or people that were regularly in my life. And then once I gave them that message, they were gone. And because I finished that contract, and the same for you. Write the list of all the qualities you want in your next person. Honest, loyal, open communication, that's on my list. I wanted somebody that openly communicates, somebody that, that meditates with me, somebody that's on the spiritual path. Like I have 2 pages of, so no, you deserve more. So, and I think since we're at an hour and a half, we're going to take a little break and we will be back in a little while. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us today and we will be back. Have a great day.